picturesque. Moving closer, picture this. One touch, one kiss, two bodies that can't resist. One touch, one kiss, to light it up, ignite it. Light up the night, light up the night, light up the night, with our love, yeah. Light up the night, light up the night, light up the night, light up the night, with our love.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10.
All right. One, two, three, four, five, six. Let me see. Let me get it together. 7, 8, 9, 10. How's that? Okay. Okay. Now, Lisa, um, are we coming out of the ringing the bell video or? Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Huh. Okay. All right. Do you prefer when people introduce you? Good to know. She said I could do whatever I like. Okay. All right. Hey, YouTube. They told you we were streaming on YouTube today. Okay, good. Good. I'm glad they warned you because we are live on YouTube. Guys, we have a very special guest today, Queenie Freeman. We've been trying to get on the show for the past 3 years. The show hasn't been on for 3 years, but from the very beginning. So, welcome. We're about to have
Thank
a really
you.
good chat, Queenie. I appreciate you coming here.
Thank you.
If you don't know Queenie already, she is married to Bun B, the legend who is in the building. He's off stage because he's gonna come on too. He was surprised today as well. He got that announcement. We got all sorts of surprises here on Chattin with Chelsea. so, so what we really wanted to get into today, we're gonna talk about your breast cancer journey. So, I think we're gonna educate a lot of
Okay.
people, right?
Yep.
That's the goal.
Hmm.
That's the goal. Okay.
Reach one, teach one.
Reach one, teach one. Amen to that. Okay. All right. So, are you ready, Queenie, to
Yeah,
get
I'm
into
ready.
it? Okay. All right. In three, two, welcome to Chatting with Chelsea, Queenie Freeman. So glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Now, this has, I mean, taken headlines about
Hmm.
you overcoming breast cancer. I know there is still a journey that is continuing, but I want to go back to when you first found out that you were diagnosed and you did not want to take that phone call.
Didn't.
You didn't. What was there something inside of you that knew that there was something going on?
It was shocking to see my phone say Solis. I was like, I just took my test.
Hmm.
Why are they calling me? They usually just mail me my results.
And that's where you get your mammograms done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, why are they calling me? So I just continue to look at my phone ring, too scared to answer. Then one of my sister best friends called me like about 5 minutes later. She was like, hey, did Solis call you? I was like, yeah. She said, you
Hmm.
need to pick up the phone when they call you back. I said, for what? She said, I don't know. She said, but I know you didn't answer the phone.
She knew. She
Yeah.
knew. Okay.
So she was like, answer the phone when they call you back. I was like, my
Mhm.
heart started beating. I said, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to the mail
Yeah.
results.
So you knew there was a difference in
And
the,
I
the
would hear
response.
people say that's how you would know because they will call you.
Okay. All right. And this is, you would typically get mammograms every year. So
Yeah.
you were used to this whole routine. You started getting mammograms when you turned 40, like
No, I
automatic.
started getting mammograms in 2003 when I wanted my first boob job.
Oh,
So the
okay.
doctor wouldn't do them without a mammogram.
Okay, you had a different motivation
Hmm.
going on. Well, it doesn't matter the motivation because you kept it up.
Right,
It's a good
because I
habit.
wasn't running to get a mammogram because breast cancer didn't run in my family.
Mm.
So when I went and the doctor was like, "You, I'm gonna need a mammogram before we start the surgery," I was like, "Oh, okay."
Mm-hmm.
So
It's
I did that,
yeah.
and I just by having a foreign object, I just did it every year. after.
Okay. And
Hmm.
all those test results were coming back normal. But
Normal.
this time they asked you to come back for an ultrasound.
But within the last 5 years before 2025, I had been, my results on my paperwork was saying dense breast. We'll
Mm-hmm.
just watch.
Right, right.
Me not knowing what dense breast is, so I'm like, long as I passed it, I'm okay.
Yeah, you just wanted that
Right.
check. Right.
You sent me the paper, you didn't call me.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the difference. I didn't really, take it serious. But if I would have known that dense breast is just harder to see what's really up in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's so common, especially with Black women.
Hmm.
I get that notification every year as well. So you went ahead, you went in and did the biopsy as well. That was after the ultrasound. They said
Yeah,
come back, do a biopsy, and then you got those results that weren't what you were hoping for. How
right.
quickly did everything happen after that, from getting diagnosed to starting treatment?
Being that I had my sister friend worked for Solis, I got to move within 2 days, every 2 days. She
Wow.
was like, you need to come in for MRI. You need to come in for this. You need to come in for that. So I told her after the biopsy, I say, just send my results. Don't call me. Send them to my PCP.
Okay,
So I
because you
called my PCP. I said, if you get a call, she'll know what to do anyway.
You didn't want them to call you directly? You're trying to avoid all the
Oh,
discomfort.
yes. I
Okay.
didn't want nothing. I didn't want no conversation.
Well, you got through it. You
Hmm.
figured out a way. Tell me what that process was like once you did start the treatments.
Well, once she called at 5:30 that evening, I could tell she was calling after hours, right? So
Mm.
she said, I want you and your husband to be here in the morning at 8:30. I was like,
First
okay,
thing.
she finna tell me something.
Yeah.
I had already prepped myself for, because she could have told me it was negative over the phone, but
Mm-hmm.
she wanted us to come
Come in.
in.
Yeah.
So when she said it, I was like, okay. So I just got my little outfit out for the next morning. We drove to Sugarland, went in. She said, sorry, I'm sorry, but it's breast cancer. I was like, huh?
Hmm.
Breast cancer? She was like, yes. I said, you sure?
Yeah,
She
because
said, yeah.
you
I
had
said,
done
but it's
the
not in my family.
yeah the genetic testing. You had done
Right.
that already,
Yeah.
and so
Well, I hadn't did the genetic
at
testing
that
yet.
time,
I
okay.
didn't do the genetic testing until I seen my surgeon, Dr. Templeton,
Hmm.
and she gave me the genetic testing.
Huh, but did not run in your family. So here it is popping up on you. You have to be the first in your family to deal
Right.
with this.
But I was the only one in my family taking HRT,
And what is HRT?
hormone replacement therapy.
So do you think that had an effect?
I think it raised my estrogen.
Okay. Okay. Were you aware of that before you started your
It's
hormone therapy?
they they kind of tell you you can and you can't at the same time, like a 50-50 chance of
Mm-hmm.
taking.
Mm-hmm.
You may not. It depends. So I'm thinking, since it's not in my family, I'm gonna be okay. But I've had been on it for like 5 years.
So you were thinking I should be low risk.
Right, right.
But here we are. What was the first thing the doctors told you you needed to change after you were diagnosed with breast cancer?
Stop taking the HRT.
Mm.
She make because the week 3 weeks before I seen my oncologist, she was like, no more.
Mm.
And so she called the doctor and told him that I wasn't coming back
Wow.
because the way it was found out was through the when you get the pellets and then you have to take a blood test in 2 weeks. And then when the results come back, you go in, you see the doctor, and they tell you what your numbers are. And she was concerned. She was like, "Oh my, your estrogen is so high. I've never
Mm.
seen your estrogen this high. I need you to have a mammogram." I said, "I'll take my mammogram next week."
Yeah.
And everything just roll, 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 roll.
Wow. Okay. So you went into treatment.
Mhm.
chemotherapy.
Mhm.
And how long was that process for you?
I seen First I seen my surgeon. She told me the stage that it was and what I was gonna have to do this, and she wanted these tests. And then I went and seen my oncologist, and she told me the same thing. My surgeon, that she was gonna put the test all in one day. I had to have like 4 tests in one day, one including a nuclear PET scan where they put the to see if the cancer spread on your body.
Okay.
But it only stayed up here, thank God.
Yeah, thankfully. Yeah.
So after that, within about a week, about 7 to 14 days, I started my first chemo.
Mm. What
Uh,
was it like that first time?
oh my God, 2 days later, worst pain in my life.
Hmm.
It felt like a whole brick wall had fell on me.
And then did that pain just subside, or did you just get used to the effects of chemo?
I went through the pain from that Friday through that Monday. I didn't know, by me never being sick, so I didn't know you could call the doctors and they had a weekend answering service and this. So
Mm.
I didn't
You
went
just
through the
toughing it
whole.
out? Oh,
I'm
goodness.
just hurting. I'm just hurting.
Wow.
Me
Okay.
and me and Vaughn drove to my niece's wedding in Austin. I'm just in so much aches from my
Mhm.
head to my toes. I what they would say, thug it out. I
Thugging it
thugged
out.
out.
You were thugging it out. My
So
goodness.
Monday morning, I called my oncologist. She said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. You could have called the office, and you could take Tylenol, and also add a Claritin every night." So I took one Tylenol, never had pain again.
Wow.
By taking
Okay.
the Claritin every night for 5 months, no
Mm-hmm.
pain.
Unknown tip. Now we know. All right. And we know
I
that
was
the
like,
doctors
regular
should go.
Claritin? She said, yes.
Yeah.
I was
Wow.
like, okay, regular Claritin. I had no more bone
Good to know. Okay, well, you are such a strong woman. I can attest to that right now. And you also have a strong partner helping you,
pain.
who has helped you through all of this. So we're going to bring in Bun B to talk more about this journey that you all went on together and
Okay,
where we are now. All right,
okay.
you guys will be right back.
I've got the feeling. Come back to me. I've got the feeling. Come back to me. I've got the feeling. Come back to me. I've got the feeling. Got the feeling.
Hello, Lisa. I don't know if Lisa could hear me right now or if she's ignoring me. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's good to see you. As you can see, Lisa, right now, it looks like she's getting things ready for the next block. And we have Chelsea up there with Queenie, and then Bun B's up there as well. We see Sherman. Hey, Sherman. So there's Sherman next to Lisa right now. Hey, Lisa, do you hear me now?
Hi, Matt.
That was a good conversation to start off everything. Especially there are so many people who are impacted when it comes to breast cancer and the mammograms and everything like that as well. So it's a really
Yeah,
important topic.
it is. And I think especially right now, what we're about to see is it's coming from the spouse's, viewpoint. How do you support a spouse going through breast cancer or just any cancer, any, type of traumatic illness?
Yeah.
So it was really important for us to kind of get that perspective. So that's a conversation we're about to have right now. And then we'll talk to her doctor. Her doctor is also here, which is going to offer some great information about, dense breast tissue, which a lot of women, including
One,
myself,
two, three,
have,
four,
but you
five,
don't really
six,
understand
seven, eight,
how
nine, 10.
important it is to get the right testing and have the right medical team behind you to dissect the test, because that's an important thing. Queenie was getting mammograms for years, so until this was caught.
That's what,
Well, and the other thing too is that people fail to realize is this doesn't just impact women; it also has a number that impacts men as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's a great point. And so I think, and obviously, we do men's health, shows as well. So it's it's a lot where people just really have to be an advocate for themselves and really push to get the right type of testing.
Yeah.
So, and that's why we do these, have these conversations on this show, because I think that a lot of times people don't really know where to start, what questions to ask. So, we want to provide that information, not only from an expert perspective, but also from the people who lived it, like the real stories and, what they did and, their advice to others that may be going through this and families being impacted by it.
Oh, for sure. And you and I have talked about this in the past, where it's like you need to make sure that you're definitely your own advocate when it comes to your body and stuff like that too, no matter what the
Yeah.
issue is. So no,
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's so important. We've had so many people that have had horror stories of being turned away and having literally illnesses that, they almost lost their lives because they didn't push hard enough. And a lot of times you just don't know. You take them, you want to take medical personnel's, you hope that they're telling you, the truth, but sometimes you just have to push even more to get that second, third, fourth opinion.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
it's just, you got to be an advocate for yourself, and having a support system with family around you, a friend that can go with you to meetings, is really important. Sometimes you don't even know the questions to ask because you're just in shock. So having that person by your side
Oh, yeah.
is really important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'm ready for this next conversation. So,
We are too. And our director in the back, Ernie's like, I'm ready. So here we go.
perfect. See you soon, Lisa.
that was probably a good choice. Hey, y'all. Okay, we're back live on YouTube. Sitting here chatting with Queenie, and now we got Bun B in the seat.
How we doing?
We're doing great. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I wasn't prepared to be on TV.
Yeah,
How y'all out there in YouTube land, but I'll make it happen.
Yeah, you always make it happen. And you look like you came prepared. You got your Trill Burgers hat.
Well, I'm just a shameless promoter
Yes.
anyway, whether I'm gonna be on screen or not, just in case somebody want a picture. I'm trying to promote the company.
That's a businessman right there. Yeah, yeah. I love. Well, we appreciate you coming in
Oh,
to have
happy to be
this
here. Happy to be. I was here
very
anyway,
important
so
conversation. Okay, convenient.
Cause
yeah,
I'm a what they call it, princess.
yeah, passenger princess.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how you're supposed to be. That's the goal. That's how we want to live life. All right, y'all ready? Okay. All right. Okay. Ready. Okay. All right. In three, two. Welcome back. Before the break, we heard the start of Queenie's powerful cancer journey story. But now we are joined by the man who walked that journey right alongside her, icon, legend, Bun B.
It- it-
Thank you for coming on Chat with
I'm
Chelsea.
happy to be here with you, Chelsea. It's not about me. We're trying to, focus on Queenie, but as usual, I'm shotgun with her anyway. So
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. We appreciate it because we wanted to hear this perspective as well. A spouse who is helping to support their spouse through a cancer journey. So, what was your reaction when you found out that she was diagnosed with breast cancer?
well, again, like she said, when they told us to come in, I didn't really say anything. She didn't really say anything, but I felt like we were thinking the same thing. Like they wouldn't have to call us in just to tell us everything was okay. So I had to make sure that however she chose to react to whatever was going to happen in that room, that I was there in her corner as a support system. And, my thing was as long as they don't say it's terminal, we can fight this. If it's stage one, two, three, even four, there's a path to fighting it. You know what I'm saying? And you're either going to push all the way through and end up with a clean diagnosis, or you'll be in a position to where you may have to take different medicine for the rest of your life. But if they don't say it's terminal, we're going to fight this.
Now, Queenie had that hesitation to even pick up the phone, right? Answer that call. And I think a lot of women do have that because they think about if I am diagnosed with something and have to go through treatment or worse, who is going to take care of the kids? Who is going to do all the things that I do? So, how did y'all sort that out together?
Well, we didn't even think that far, right? I
Mm-mm.
was confident that this woman was going to make it from the day they said that she was diagnosed with her cancer. That okay, well, that's just a fight that we're gonna have to take. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to make sure that no matter what happened during the course of this fight, that she had a support system to lean on. So I told her, don't worry about this. We got this. You know what I'm saying? We stayed, strong in our faith. And for me, my thing was, I see my wife go through many things in her life, and the way she cared for herself, this family, and then as well as her friends. I was like, if somebody this much and this strong of a prayer warrior is willing to fight, then God has to be by her side. And so we just did what we had to do, and it wasn't easy in the beginning. There was a lot of things that we weren't aware of, things we had to learn how to deal with them, how to push through some of them, and I'd go to every meeting with the doctors. I try to, record some things and take notes and make sure, just in case something that was type, more overwhelming for her, where she kind of might have been lost in the moment. I wanted to make sure we knew what the schedules were, what the medicines were, what the timeline for taking it, and just making sure I was in her corner. You know what I'm saying? That she didn't feel alone. And alongside me, our children were around constantly, grandchildren were around, nieces, nephews, in-laws, her sisters, her brother-in-laws. She had a very large village there to support her and sew into her. Her mom would come around to clean up. I mean, you name it, everybody had already designated what it was they were going to do to help her fight. So we all had our own little jobs and understood what we had to do, and we stood up on all 10 and made sure we was in our corner.
Man, I love that. I love that. Queenie, how did it feel for you to lean on the village? That same village that you probably been building up for your whole life.
it was it was okay, but it was things that I wanted to do for myself, and then by the third round, I couldn't do for myself, and I
Mm,
felt so defeated.
mm,
But I stayed in my faith.
yeah. You had to relinquish
Hmm.
some, right?
Yeah, she had to let go. You know what I'm
I had
saying?
to let go.
Yeah,
Hmm.
she had better things she needed to concentrate on. It's very hard when somebody that keeps a clean house has to watch somebody else clean their house. They feel very helpless in it. They will be like, hey, now
Yeah.
don't forget to wipe behind that.
Yeah.
You know, so, but, you know, we just wanted to show her how much we loved her and how much we wanted to support her. Have her to just sit back, you know, have her treatments, get her sleep, get her rest, eat some good, clean food, and just, you know, just sit back and fight the fight in the way you can fight, and we'll do all the rest.
Yeah. Queenie, were you giving a lot of notes, a lot of feedback on how things needed to go?
No,
Yeah.
it was flowing right. It was
Okay.
the main thing was trying to find the perfect taste of food.
Yes. That's a change. It's a whole lifestyle change, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a thing called metal mouth where it severely affects your taste buds and your flavor processing. So you might eat something that you know is sweet, but it'll be salty.
Oh,
You know what
wow.
I'm saying? Or eat something salty and it'll taste spicy. So
Hmm.
your whole taste buds are thrown every which way but loose. And so we would have to try a lot of different things almost every other day, you know, just to see if it tastes like what we bought that day. But she would
Wow.
normally eat watermelon and vegetables because that would be the things that would cut through that she, okay, I can taste this watermelon. So,
Okay.
you know, and the watermelon and vegetables are healthy for you anyway,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but it would be interesting to watch her eat food and be like, "Ooh, this too way too spicy." I'm like, that's just soup. That
That's
ain't
just
nothing.
not even pepper in it.
Yeah,
That is so
exactly.
interesting. I did not know that about the taste bud
Can't eat
change.
with a metal fork or a spoon. It
Wow.
just tastes like battery acid. I don't know how
Ooh.
battery acid tastes,
But
but
it
that
seemed like
seemed like
These things will throw you in so many different directions. Like different people get different side effects. Some of them are mild to moderate. Some of them can be very severe. So we were very lucky that none of her things outside of the first initial bone pain, once we were able to figure out a treatment for that, then everything after that was just really just about being very tired. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot out of you. I don't know if people realize that chemotherapy is basically poison putting in your body, and your body has to fight very hard to allow it to do what it needs to do and then expel itself. So, but she didn't really complain. She got her naps in, you know, and we just tried to do the rest so she didn't have to worry about doing things.
Wow. Now, the stats are pretty depressing when it comes to couples who survive a cancer
I couldn't
diagnosis.
believe it. She would come and tell me this stuff. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I
So,
was like, why would you leave somebody in that moment? That made no sense to me. Somebody that you said you love, walked down the aisle, you know,
mhm.
stood before God and all of that. And as soon as things get a little rough, you just bounce. I wouldn't, who would want somebody like that?
Yeah, exactly.
You
I
know,
was astonished as well hearing about this. Queenie, was there anything that you told Bun after you were able to ring that bell as far as him being there through this journey with you?
we just went back to laughing.
There you
it wasn't even a question for us. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I knew what the
Uh,
game was. I knew what I had to be for. I just needed her to meet me there, doing all the fighting that she had to do. We did all the things that we needed to do. And then once we got that clean diagnosis, we right back at the Galleria Ball shopping
Hey.
again.
After I rung the bell and everybody left and we were walking down in the car, they had pulled the car around. I was like, I did that. I did
Hey.
that. He told me, yeah.
I
I
love
told
it.
you you could do it. I told you you could do
I
it.
love it. Now, did you dance
I
out?
did. I
She,
Okay.
scooted out.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well,
I
it's
came
time.
out to infuse. It say infusion up there. I was walking out the door. Hey.
Hey, hey. Okay, okay. Well, it's time to dance again. We're gonna take a commercial break. We'll be back with your doctor who also helped you through all of this. Okay, we'll be right back, y'all. Keep it right here.
Come back to me. I've got the feeling. Come back to me. I've got the feeling. 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 Got the feeling.
So the technicians never read your mammogram. So the technicians are the ones who squeeze you, and then the images are sent to a radiologist, and the radiologist reads it. And so some places just have a general radiologist, so it's a physician who has a radiologist.
Hey.
Hey, Lisa.
Hi.
Your abdomen.
So it's so good to
and
see like
sometimes
Bun
reviews
talking
your
about
size of
everything
kidney,
with
so
Queenie
Yeah.
and just the amount of support he had for her.
Yeah, it is great because I think that a lot of times you don't really think about it. It's also hard for the spouse, and you're just trying to be strong for, for them, for your loved one that's going through this. But, they're also in shock as well. They don't know what to do, but all they can do is just try to support. So, it was good from his perspective, just, saying how they just did it together and they were just going to figure it out together. So,
Absolutely. And and it's looking at some of these comments and stuff like that as well. So we had Exile on YouTube saying that's real love right there. And then
yeah.
also Madden Gamer sending a bunch of roses for Chelsea. So
Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet. And I love that. Thank you guys for just commenting and, sharing a link with friends, subscribe, these are the kind of conversations we love to have on here. So, the more that you can also share the love about the show, great. But I agree. It's like real love. We unfortunately have had the other side of this where we had a former breast cancer survivor that lost her marriage. In the middle of going through her diagnosis because it was just too much for her spouse. So obviously, I think there's also other things happening within the marriage. It probably wasn't that strong anyway, but it's definitely very hard because there's a lot you're going to have to go through. You don't even know if your spouse is going to survive it. So, and it's draining financially. You have to make sure insurance is good, but you can expect to probably pay more money outside of that. So, it's sad when you have that outcome. But luckily the guest that we had on talking about that, she turned it all around and started helping other people through a foundation. So it's one of the biggest kind of breast cancer awareness foundations in Houston that's thriving because of her story.
Which is remarkable too. It's like even when somebody has a bad situation and they turn it into a positive, help other people out. Because at the end of the day, we know even with that being a one person story that there are other people out there who are dealing with the same type of thing, or not same thing necessarily, but similar situations.
Well, similar situations, and they could be at different stages, with their breast cancer journey. But the one thing that we'd like to do is try to offer some inspiration, some support, even through this show. This is why we'd like to tell these stories, real stories, people going through these journeys. But we're about to talk to now is Queenie's actual doctor. She's her doctor, her at Methodist that actually helped her through this. So she's going to give some really important information that I didn't even know until I was just talking to her right before the show about when you do get tested, what type of test, if you do have dense breast tissue, that you should be doing. Queenie, she did this for years. And she's had she known that she had dense breast tissue, there's things that she would have done early on. But, it was, so it's kind of this doctor's about to get some medical gems that I was kind of wow, that I have to make sure, that I'm doing for the future. So
absolutely. And I think one of the big things too is people in general just need to make sure they go out and get tested. Whenever they're told to get the test taken, whether it's mammogram or colonoscopies or what have you, people just make sure that they get the test done whenever their doctor suggests it gets taken care of.
That is exactly it. And then make sure that, you're getting tested, the recommended, whether it's annually, now I do annual and I do a mammogram and I do an ultrasound back to back, and so you just got to make sure, keep up with it because it can be, that one lapse in a year that can be so detrimental to, your health. So just, listen to your doctors, but make sure you have a good doctor.
And make sure you have a good doctor. That part right there too.
That matters. That matters.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. I feel like that's a whole different topic for another day, but there's some people out there who may not have access to good doctors or may not have access to certain things and stuff like that.
Exactly. And that's why to community, like, connecting with your community health centers are really important as well, because they do try to help people that don't have access to good health care to be, open up and have testing at places. So connecting with your local community centers are also really good.
Absolutely.
We see them every like holidays, whether it be, like special holidays, you'll see all the communities come together and trying to do that, especially with, Men's Health Awareness Month, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, all of these health, months that they have screenings in that month. So you can go to, all of these health centers and they will have free services.
Yeah, no, which is
Yeah.
to have those services.
Yes.
So you said the next guest with Queenie is going to be her doctor.
It's her doctor. Yeah. So we're getting ready for that right now. So you can see her sitting down with her. So she's going to just talk about, what dense breast tissue is. You hear it as women, we hear it all the time, but you don't really exactly know what that means and like how important it is to make sure you go above and beyond for additional testing, not just the mammogram. If you have dense breast tissue, just getting a mammogram is not enough.
Gotcha.
So
that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, awesome, Lisa. I'm excited for this next segment. So
yeah, so anyway, thanks for hanging, Matt.
Thanks for hanging always.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Ah, okay. So how often? This is just the last one. Got it.
It's usually given for a full year.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, there's progressive. We used to have to do it with IV infusion.
Hmm.
They can do a shot.
Okay. Even though it's a terrible shot, the way you
Feel like
described it.
electricity is put in your body. I'll be up there shaking like this.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Hey YouTube. We're chatting it up. This is what we do. We're chatting it up with Queenie. We have our doctor joining us for the next segment. So you all will get to see the full conversation. I was just learning. I've been learning so much just, talking to everybody during this show. It seems like we talk about breast cancer so often, but the more guests I have who talk about their journey, just the more I discover about all the intricacies and things y'all go through. And whew.
And different types.
Yes.
No
and-
two people are the same.
Mhm.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All righty. Y'all are ready to go. And then Dr. Templeton, same thing. You'll just talk to me. Don't worry about the cameras or any of that. Okay. So much to sort of. So much. I wish we've been going long today anyway. So we're just sorry, Lisa. We're just gonna chat and then we'll edit it later. Yeah. YouTube will have the full. Y'all have the full. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. I disagree. Yes. Okay. 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 Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Yeah, okay. So, all right. So we'll start talking to Lisa because we do want to include so much, but we'll talk about the. Okay. And y'all ready? You ladies ready? Okay. All right. In three, two, welcome back. We are now joined by Dr. Sandra Templeton, Houston breast surgeon, or Houston breast surgeon. Let me do that again. All right. In three, two, welcome back. We are now joined by Dr. Sandra Templeton, breast surgeon over at Houston Methodist Sugarland. Thank you for joining this conversation.
Thank you for having us.
So you helped care for Queenie as well. I want to go back to the diagnosis just a bit because what you were diagnosed with was more of an aggressive form of breast cancer. Is that correct?
That's what I'm just hearing out
Okay.
myself. I just knew it was some alphabets and a number.
You knew it was tough. It was a tough journey.
Right.
Dr.
I was
Templeton.
just worried about the stage and beating it.
Yeah, you just want to
Yeah.
make it through.
Mhm.
What can we say when it comes to that specific breast cancer?
So her breast cancer was something called a HER2 positive breast cancer. And our breast cancers, all of our cells have different receptors on them, but we look at certain receptors with breast cancer, and HER2 is one of the receptors that we look at. And her cancer has those HER2 receptors, and they're actually kind of one of our modern day miracles. These women used to do very poorly, but maybe about 30 years ago, some brilliant scientist created sequenced the receptor in a lab, and then they created an antibody and hung on some chemotherapy on that antibody. And now we have something that's almost like a smart bomb that heads straight down to that receptor to help kill that type of cancer.
Wow. And Queenie went full in, like full kit and caboodle, I should say, when it came to the treatment.
Yeah, usually our patients who have this HER2 positive breast cancer need a little bit more. They need chemotherapy, and they need something called a monoclonal antibody, which is the smart bomb that heads down to those receptors.
Okay. But here's the thing, you had been getting your mammograms every year. So were you even more surprised that something popped up because you were
I
keeping
was
track?
very, very, very surprised.
Mhm.
I was trying to figure out, well, what did I eat?
Yeah, what like what
What
happened
did
over the
I do?
past year?
Where was it? What was I breathing? Where did
Mhm.
this come from?
Did you have any answers to that, Doc?
Well, I mean, 80% of women who have breast cancer don't have a family history of breast cancer, and they have the two biggest risk factors, which are being female and getting older. Can't help that.
Okay, so that's good to know.
Yeah.
As we get older, should we do more mammograms if our insurance allows? Because Queenie was mentioning that she would have liked to catch it even earlier to prevent
I
some
don't
of the
know
spread.
that her doing a mammogram even earlier. So if you look at your breast cancers, about 15% of breast cancers are missed on mammogram. And so sometimes it's a special type of breast cancer called a lobular breast cancer that's just harder to see on mammogram. I don't think that was you. But also we have these more aggressive breast cancers. Sometimes we have what's called an interval breast cancer, and they happen between the times that we get mammograms just because they are faster growing. And sometimes the dense breast tissue that we don't usually cause that dense breast tissue, but probably about 25% of women have just extremely dense breast tissue that they didn't really cause. It's just kind of how God made them. And that can camouflage and make it harder to see small breast cancers. So it just makes your mammograms less sensitive.
Any information that women with that dense breast tissue like ourselves, we should know going in?
So it just means that, first of all, if you feel something, say something. So if you feel a lump, then basically alert the radiologist so that they can do some special imaging to look in that area and more extensively and do some more extensive imaging there. But also adding an ultrasound to dense breast tissue kind of helps to see through that dense breast tissue. And kind of that married with the mammogram can be a little bit more sensitive.
Okay. And those were probably the easier parts of your journey, doing the ultrasound as well. Just okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I think back, I don't honestly, I thought I was just getting fat. And you know how the extra piece of skin hang over right there? So that's I didn't feel no pain, no lump, no nothing.
Yeah.
Then I go take a mammogram and they tell me I got 2 lumps in one breast. Huh?
Yeah. Okay. So then the ultrasound, then the biopsy. Could y'all walk us through what that is like, especially because I have one coming up? Well, Queenie, I'll start with you. How would you describe the biopsy process?
Painful.
Okay,
But
good to know.
But worth it.
Yeah.
Because they do give you lidocaine first through a
Numb
needle.
it.
They numb it.
Okay.
And I went through Solis, so the doctor that was doing it, she was rubbing my shoulder at the same time.
Nice.
And then the person that worked with her, they had something on my forehead to take me from, because I told her I'm scared of needles.
Okay, that's why you were like, it's a worse. Okay.
So by the time I realized that they was distracting me, she was done.
That was it. It was quick. Doc,
she went in and came back out.
Oh, that's it. Okay. Doc, how important is it to go ahead and follow up on those next steps?
I think it's really important. I mean, we find cancers hopefully at a very early treatable stage.
Okay. And then the earlier you catch it,
the less we have to do for you generally.
Good to know. Queenie, is there anything you want other women to know about your journey if they do get that diagnosis or that call?
Take it serious and go ahead and answer the phone. If you don't get the letter and they call you, go ahead and answer the phone. Regardless, you're going to find out.
Yeah, better to know, right?
Yeah.
Right, Doc?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want the viewers to know when it comes to breast cancer prevention and awareness?
So certainly mammograms are an important part. One of the things that's really important that we're moving toward is individualized care. So not everybody is exactly the same. Some people have a higher risk of having breast cancer, and maybe those people need a little bit more imaging. Some people may have a lot of breast cancer in their family at a young age. Maybe those people need to start their imaging a little bit earlier. Some people may, with that higher risk, may need mammograms and MRIs in a yearly basis. If your risk of having breast cancer over your lifetime is over about 20%, if you have dense breast tissue, you might need ultrasounds. If you have a very low risk and you're 65 and your breasts are more fatty replaced, you might not need mammograms on a yearly basis. So everybody's risk really should be individualized to help them come up with a screening pattern that's best for them.
Yes. And then Queenie also mentioned going through hormone therapy, possibly affecting her diagnosis. Are there any warnings for women undergoing that as well?
So hormone replacement therapy may not have caused breast cancer, but it certainly probably didn't help it. And it is a risk factor that increases her risk of getting breast cancer or anybody else's risk of getting breast cancer. So if somebody has a super high risk of getting breast cancer, maybe they have a strong family history of breast cancer, maybe they've previously had biopsies with abnormal cells, maybe those people aren't the best choice to take hormone replacement therapy. So there again, that should be individualized with your doctor.
Okay. And then when we get our mammograms and our ultrasounds, do we need to ask for anybody in particular? I know we all just
Mhm.
go in, we set the appointment, we just want to get it done. But when it comes to evaluating our results, what should we do?
So I think one of the really important things is to have a breast-only radiologist read your images. And the breast radiologist are just a general radiologist who has an extra fellowship, an extra year or two training where all they read is mammograms and ultrasounds and breast MRIs, and they're just really good.
Okay,
Mhm.
good to know. Great information. I think we helped a lot of folks out there. All right. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
being
Thank you.
here.
much. Yes.
And you guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
I've got the feeling, come back to me. I've got the feeling, come back to me. I've got the feeling, come back to me. I've got the feeling, I've got the feeling.
Kim.
Okay. All right. Oh. Okay. Kendall, can you slide it? They want oh, okay. Like where should it touch the chair? Oh, just bring it close to the chair.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's touching the chair on her
Like
side.
this.
Yeah, touching.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Okay.
Bye, Dr. Templeton.
Thank you, doctor.
Sweet.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And oh, we're back on YouTube too. Okay. All right, YouTube. This is it. We're gonna we're gonna say our goodbye for this show, and then yeah, y'all stay posted because we'll probably be back Thursday. Oh well, no, today is Thursday.
Today
I can't
is
even keep up.
Thursday.
Can't even keep up next Tuesday. Okay, but Bun is ready to go, so we gonna say goodbye to Queenie real quick. Okay, y'all ready? Okay, all right. In 3, 2. Thank you so much, Queenie, for coming
You're
on,
welcome.
sharing your journey.
You're
Thanks to
welcome.
Dr. Templeton. Thanks to Bun B, because they were all a part of this as well. And we know you have another screening coming up to make sure that you were all clear. But congrats on ringing the bell, because that is huge. You guys, please subscribe to our YouTube where you can find like this full interview. That's Chattin with Chelsea. Subscribe, like, comment, tell us how much you like this. Keep up with us on social. Chelsea Fox 26, wardrobe provided by Trezor Cachet Boutique. We'll see you on the next Chattin with Chelsea.
Come back to me.